Hello, my loves. Welcome to another vlog. A bunch of you guys asked me for recipes and things like that. And even though I am not a cook by any stretch of the imagination, and also like the kitchen is not my domain, for so many reasons, when I was married, I was in such a not a good place the entire time. And so I didn't have the desire to be in the kitchen and experiment and cook. It didn't feel like home to me. And I was in fight or flight the entire marriage. And then I moved back with my parents, and this is my mother's kitchen. And so everything is really her system, her organization and stuff. And so I just feel very overwhelmed being in this kitchen. However, over this past week, I've made choices. I've made decisions finally to be healthy again, because I used to be so healthy and so conscious of my eating habits, of my routines and what goes into my body. I was so conscious, and not in an extra way, just in a very mindful way, which I love. But then ever since stuff hit the fan over the past couple of years, it's been harder for me to be conscious about what goes on into my body. And so I've just been feeling in my body, and I just was like, it's time to make healthy choices. And so even though I don't know if I'm gonna be sharing recipes or whatever, but you could consider this vlog as what I eat in a day, kind of. And so that started yesterday with I baked sourdough. I baked 2 loaves of sourdough. I gave one away, and then we kept one here in the house. And I started sourdoughing in 2021 when I was married, as a way by which to combat anxiety, because doing something with your hands and really tending to a dough makes you kind of divide your day up into systems and into intervals where you're baking, and it really helps. And especially doing stuff with your hands really helps for anxiety. But then again, because this isn't my kitchen and anything like that, I kind of fell off the sourdough baking era. But I was able to revive my starter, and yeah, I started with sourdough. I am not celiac, but I am intolerant to gluten, and so I find that sourdough is a lot easier digested. My body digests sourdough much better and in a more efficient way. And so that started, but I will just show you kind of today's healthy cooking, healthy eating kind of day, which has been the case for the past week. So yeah, I'll show you kind of what I eat and how I like to make things a little healthier and lighter. Okay, so for the past week, I have been having boiled eggs for breakfast, but I will show you how I make my boiled eggs, because it's yummy. It is so yummy. 2 eggs. And then this cheese, I have to tell you all about it. 1 second. Salt. Salt is the answer to peeling your boiled eggs. Just add a crap ton of salt.
So I think this is an Upper Egyptian thing where they take, I believe it's just goat's cheese or some kind of white cheese, and then they ferment it for years and years, and the water that comes out of that cheese becomes so fermented that you just keep adding new cheese on top until it becomes tangy and sour, super sour, but super yummy. So here I just added that and some mayonnaise, which you can also add some olive oil if you want, and then squish it all together. And then until the eggs boiled, I added, it's supposed to be a drizzle of olive oil, but I accidentally added too much, swished it around, and then chose the ugliest slice of sourdough bread there ever was, and just left it to fry on the pan until it was crispy on both sides.
Hi. While the eggs are finishing boiling, I just want to say that having healthy snacks is the key to being healthy, okay? Take it from me. I've been healthy for a whole 3.5 days. So I just purchased some blueberries because they're my favorite berries ever. And I know that berries are great for, are great antioxidants. Oh, that was such a sour one. And they're also great for female reproductive health. No, but I usually love them. They're usually super sweet. I don't know why that one was super sour. That was a yummy one. So I'm snacking on healthy blueberries until my eggs finish boiling. The rest of them are yummy. Look at how pretty the flour on this one is. Wow. Yummy.
So once the eggs were boiled, I just added them into the plate and squished them all together with the cheese and olive oil, and voila, that was it. Oh, and I also added a little bit of the everything bagel mix on top for a little extra yumness.
Yummy. Yummy. So, this like boiled egg recipe was what my mom used to make us when we were younger to get us to eat healthy, you know, because I always associated boiled eggs with like yuckness, you know, never like the least appetizing thing in the world. But my mom knew that this was very healthy, so she would make it into this and then make it into a sandwich, and she would add dill on top as well, but I don't have any dill, which was just so yummy, and now I love it. So, and with sourdough, come on. Everyone meet my sister. She's dying to be on the vlog. She's dying to be on the vlog. Who's taller?
I look terrible.
No, you don't. Who's taller? Me, right? I will not accept that anyone says anything other than the fact that I'm taller. Okay, because I'm older. I'm older. Farah, don't mess up my hair. I'm vlogging today. No! Somewhere we can shut the world away.
So like I said earlier, I discovered that having healthy ingredients at home is the key to making sure that I eat healthy. And so I went ahead and I bought a bunch of things from the grocery store, and I unpacked them with the help of one goofball, my sister. Another hindrance to my eating healthy or cooking in general is the fact that I always feel like I don't have time or I'm unable to actually be organized enough. And so after breakfast, I decided to right away start prepping for lunch. And so here I was cleaning the broccoli and the asparagus by just soaking them in water and vinegar. And then I went ahead and I started chopping up some vegetables for my salad, and I made enough for the whole week so that I could always just put a portion in my plate and then just have the dressing on the side and add it then. I have to say that prepping for dinner right after breakfast was the best thing I did, because when it was actually dinner time, everything was already chopped up and ready. And I remember watching a video that said that if you pour boiling hot water onto a piece of salmon steak, that the skin peels off immediately. So that's exactly what I did. And then I took the skin and I covered it in a little bit of olive oil and some salt and pepper, although I did add a little too much salt. So that's a note for next time. And then I just put it in the oven while some quinoa was going. And let me tell you, this turned out to be the most delicious little crispy thing ever in the middle of my meal. Next, I just added some olive oil to a pan with some garlic and then just put the asparagus in. And I would later use the exact same pan with the exact same olive oil to fry my piece of salmon steak so that I don't use that much fat, and while I also steamed some broccoli. And meanwhile, I also remember seeing that if you want to reduce your body's glucose spike, you just add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar to water. And just watching this as I'm recording right now, I can already feel and remember the taste, and it was just so excruciating. But worth it, because it ensures that your body doesn't absorb too much fat or too much sugar or whatever. So yeah, I would do it again. And then when the salmon steak was already cooked, I just added the teeny beany little bit of butter. And I didn't let the piece of steak actually absorb any of that. I just literally turned it around a couple times. And then that was literally it. I made a dressing for my salad with apple cider vinegar, some mustard, and a little bit of honey and a dash of salt. And I just added that to my salad, and it was just so healthy. Look at how vibrant the colors on my plates were. Just so yummy. And then, of course, right before I actually ate, I just squeezed a teeny amount of lemon on top of almost everything, just because I love lemon. And I just enjoyed. Honestly, it was really, really, really good. I wish you could have been there.
Okay, so really, not to toot my own horn or anything, but that was so yummy. And it felt so good to know that, it was delicious, but also light and nutritious, and so many greens, very high in fiber and protein, and very low in carbs, and at least the bad kinds of carbs. I don't know. It feels really good. And usually I get these seasons, these waves of do I like cooking? Do I not like cooking? Do I like cooking? Do I not like cooking? Blah, blah, blah. And then most of the time it's I don't like cooking just because it takes so much time. And for some reason, I don't know why this is, but I always feel while I'm cooking or while I'm doing chores or whatever, this is a waste of time because I could be doing so many other things. But I've recently been learning that as I do things in the house or clean the kitchen or cook or do things that I normally didn't like to do, that I practice mindfulness and I practice being present, and it ends up being so worth it on days like today when I realize, okay, I actually had time to do everything. I did yoga, I worked, I cleaned, I prepped, I had breakfast, and then I had a big lunch and everything. And I had time for everything. It's just, it requires presence and it requires slowness, which is in general something we talk a lot about here on the channel, whether that is just through weekly vlogs or on the podcast. And so before I head out and go on a walk, which I'm about to do right now, I just thought I'd let you know that last week's vlog also touched upon, what I learn in the kitchen, what I learn as I clean. And so if you're interested in that, if you're trying to incorporate more slowness or mindfulness into your everyday life, then check that video out. Otherwise, check the podcast out because a lot of it is about living well and living slow and living mindful, which I feel are all things that we should all aspire towards, I just share what I learn. So we're all on a journey together, I guess. Okay, then, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and then also let's have a conversation in the comment section and let me know what it is that you'd like to see next. And I shall see y'all next time. But right now, I'm going on a walk. Bye.